A single dinner triggers a weekend cash squeeze. 8:13 p.m., a $62 meal. Your card runs a pre-authorization, just a hold. Not money moving. A pause. 5:02 p.m. The next day you buy gas. The pump takes a larger hold, $150, because it doesn't know the final fill yet. Your banking app reads available balance, $0. 12:01 a.m., rent tries to auto-debit. It fails. You're one step from a $35 overdraft fee. One dinner. One tank. Two invisible pauses. One real consequence, a weekend of no cash. Mirror the other side of the counter. The same $62 can be pulled back from the restaurant for up to 60 days via a chargeback, a forced refund, plus a $15, $25 dispute fee. The food and the labor are gone. The shipping on a takeout app? Also gone. Your swipe isn't money. It's a promise. The question that matters: who gets to pause your cash, for how long, and what breaks if the pause sticks? Let's map the system like investigators. Cardholder. Merchant point of sale. The merchant's processor, also called the acquirer, the company that routes the payment for the merchant. The card network, Visa, MasterCard, Amex, Discover, the traffic cop. Your bank, the issuer, the one that decides if your promise stands. Settlement banks balance the ledger behind the scenes. 3 verbs run this world: authorize, clear, settle. Authorize is the real-time check. Typically 300, 800 milliseconds. The issuer says yes and places a hold that reduces your available balance. No money moves yet. It's a parking cone on your funds. Clear is the merchant's end-of-day batch. It includes the final amount, tips, and splits. Settle is when the networks net everyone's obligations and money actually moves bank to bank. Usually T+1 tomorrow. Merchants see funds in T+1 to T+3. Weekends and holidays push it longer. Holds behave differently by context. Restaurants usually pre-authorize the ticket. They can adjust for tips within roughly 20–25%. If they never send the final capture, the hold expires in about 1–3 days. Fuel pumps use a big placeholder, often $125, $175, to cover a worst-case fill. When the station sends the actual amount, the big hold should vanish. If there's a delay, that placeholder can persist from about 2 hours to 2 or 3 days. Hotels and car rentals put deposits on ice. Often $50, $200 per night, or $200, $500 total. They can add incremental authorizations as you extend your stay or add services. If nobody reverses, the hold can persist up to about 31 days. That's a month of money you can't use. Why do pending charges linger? For common causes. The merchant delays capture. A weekend batch sits. A clearing file is missing or mismatched. Or your bank keeps the window open by policy. One missing message can tie up funds for days. Now the economics, in human terms. Interchange. The fee your bank collects runs around 1.53% plus a fixed few cents. Network assessments add roughly 0.13–0.15%. The processor's margin sits around 0.1–0.5%. On a $62 dinner, about $1 and change goes to the rails. That dollar keeps the promise machine running. It also decides who can afford to serve you. Chargebacks are the system's rewind button. If you didn't authorize it, didn't get it, or it wasn't as described, your bank can initiate a dispute. Timeline: you call. The issuer often gives provisional credit in 1 to 2 days. The merchant has 7–30 days to prove the charge with receipts and delivery proof. If nobody agrees, the network arbitrates. The full cycle runs about 45–90 days. Ratios matter like vital signs. Visa monitoring often triggers near 0.9% of sales count with 100 or more disputes. tougher tiers kick in near 1.8%. MasterCard programs often trigger near 1.5% with 100 disputes and escalate near 2.5% with 150. Hit those and expect reserves, money the processor withholds, higher fees, or termination. A 0.5% fraud uptick can push a small merchant over the line. That's the difference between payroll funded and payroll missed. Failure modes tell us where the promises break. Orphaned holds. The authorization got a yes, but the capture never went out, maybe the POS crashed or the batch failed. Your funds stay blocked until the hold expires. Amount mismatch. The final amount exceeds the tolerance. Think tips too high or partial shipments, so the issuer declines the capture or flags a dispute. Delayed presentment. The merchant sends the capture too late. The issuer can deny. Revenue disappears. The customer sees a hold drop off and then a new posted charge days later, confusion guaranteed. Weekend backlog. Friday night sales settle Tuesday. Debit card users see holds plus delayed refunds. Bills fail Monday morning. Chargeback spiral. Unclear statement names, slow fulfillment, no proof of delivery. Disputes rise. Processors impose reserves of 5-10% of volume. Cash flow chokes. Here's the leverage point: message hygiene and timing. The right message, on time, in the right amount, diffuses most pain. For merchants, capture the same day. If the amount grows, add-ons, minibar, extra miles, use incremental authorizations, not hope. Send reversals immediately when orders are cancelled. Keep tips and adjustments within the known tolerance. Keep your descriptor, the statement name, clear, consistent, and tied to a phone number or URL. For issuers and processors, shorten hold windows on small-ticket merchant category codes, a code that labels business type. Auto-void stale authorizations. Show customers the hold's estimated expiry. A date calms chaos. Counterintuitive insight. Speed isn't moving money. It's synchronizing promises. Reliability doesn't come from a faster swipe. It comes from clean state transitions. Authorize, clear, settle, reverse when needed. Playbook for individuals. Prefer credit over debit at hotels, rentals, and fuel. Keep bill pay cash free. Keep a 2-3 day buffer around weekends and holidays. Watch pending versus posted. If a hold lingers, call the merchant and ask for an authorization reversal. Then call your bank and reference that reversal. When tipping, if the terminal allows, chip or tap for the meal, then add a separate tip charge to avoid tolerance issues. Turn on transaction alerts. Learn your merchant's descriptors so you don't dispute your own purchase by mistake. Playbook for operators. Implement same-day capture with automatic retries. Aim for over 98% captured within 24 hours. Send reversals on abandoned carts and cancelled orders within 30 minutes. Target under 2% orphaned authorizations. Use AVS and CVV, address and card code checks, plus device signals and 3D Secure 2, and extra Are You Really You? Step on higher risk transactions. Expect 20-60% less card not present fraud while watching conversion. Make descriptors human: brand, URL, phone. Recognition cuts friendly fraud. Track the dispute ratio weekly. Stay below 0.6-0.8% with fast, pre-arbitration resolution. Keep evidence kits ready, order logs, delivery confirmation, and customer communications. Negotiate processor SLAs, funding by T+1 for batches sent by cutoff. Explicit auto-reversal of orphaned authorizations. Default hold windows by merchant category code. Now the resilience drill. Scenario: a Saturday outage delays capture until Monday. 6 p.m. Saturday, 1,000 authorizations approved. No capture sent. Sunday, customers see funds blocked, fuel and dining hold stack. Some balances hit zero. Monday, 9 a.m., the batch posts. 3% of amounts exceed tolerance due to tips and adjustments. Some captures fail. Tuesday, dispute calls spike. The merchant's cash-in is thin, while refunds and fees grow. A short outage becomes a week-long trust problem. Countermeasures. Set a safe offline floor limit so you can accept small tickets during the outage. Queue deferred captures with reconciliation so nothing is lost. Proactively message customers by SMS or email about the incident and hold expiry. Issuer's pre-release holds when you flag a known outage. Verdict, ledger style. Vulnerabilities. Holds that outlive their purpose. Weekend and holiday batching delays. Orphaned authorizations. Amount mismatches beyond tolerance. Delayed presentment. Unclear descriptors that invite disputes. Thin margins exposed by a 0.5% fraud rise. Strengths and mitigations. Clear 3-verb flow with predictable windows. Same-day capture and fast reversals. Incremental authorizations for add-ons. Human-readable descriptors. Issuer tools to shorten hold windows and auto-void stales. Risk controls. AVS, CVV, device signals. And 3D Secure 2, that cut fraud 20-60%. Dispute monitoring with weekly thresholds. Testable takeaway. At home, buy a small item on debit at a gas station, then the same on credit. Watch how the hold behaves. Note the time to post. Call the merchant and request an authorization reversal on the debit transaction, then ask your bank to acknowledge it. Track the hours saved. For professionals, run the Saturday outage drill. Intentionally delay capture for a safe test batch. Measure orphaned authorization rate, capture success after tolerance, reversal round-trip time, funding latency, and dispute tickets per 1,000 transactions. Ship a customer notice within 1 hour. Document which metric moves trust the most in 48 hours. Next target. In our next audit, we stress test instant bank payments, RTP and FedNow, where money moves in seconds but reversals don't. Speed meets finality. Red Team question. In your domain, which single missing message, if it vanished for 24 hours, would freeze cache or break trust? Name it. Put a clock on it. Then design the reversal.